All right, so we're off on another baccarat adventure. Excuse me. And hey, who knows what the hell is going to happen? One thing you can see is that the current winning streak is being nicely maintained. This lot here certainly wipes out that lot there, and each one of these red nasties was turned around at blackjack in any case, because that's the whole point. Is that when you get to a situation where the house won't let you bet what you need to bet to stick with the rules, to stick with the program, the plan, then you go somewhere else. You go somewhere where you are able to place those bets, and so that's what happened here. And if you've been with me a while, you'll know that. But anyway, I'm going to fire up uh, a new shoe any second. I just have to break off and create a new session. I boo booed there. I usually do that ahead of starting the recording. All right then. So here we go. I haven't heard from anybody lately saying that this is a crooked sim and that I'm manipulating it, but I'm sure I'll hear it again one of these days. And it's all silly nonsense. Common sense says it's silly nonsense, but sometimes that's a bit lacking in this particular environment. Oh, for Christ's sake! Alrighty. Uh, where are we at? 3-4, I think. Great start. Oh, there we are. All right, minimum. Double for the tie. Plus one. 1, 2. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. 2, 3. Minimum. Plus one. Sorry, that should have been double for the loss. Anyway, now it's 1, 2. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Player is just getting it right at the right moment. Plus one. 51. 2, 3. Getting into the danger zone down here. 2, 3. All right, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh. 11, 6. So I'm going to run away from this one simply because that's the rule. We're 6 behind. So 11, 6 becomes 3, 2 in 500s at the next shoe. And it will, of course, be on players still. All right, into big money. 1, 2. And the reason for the roundups is quite simply that when turnaround comes, which it always does, it just boosts the final turnaround profit so that you're not in a situation like, sort of you are with the simple half-wit martingale that the casinos are constantly having their shills mock and deride. It deserves derision simply because it is this ridiculous thing where you can get into thousands or even tens of thousands and end up winning just one unit. So anyway, 3, 2 in 500s. Okay. All right. Now 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 5, 4. So that's 9, 10, but I want to call it 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That didn't work out, did it? 11-6. Well, we're still not in the nasties right now, so we go to banker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Freezing the bet. Bugger. Now it's got to be 11-12, damn it. That's for the tie. Okay. 23, 25. I don't think I want to stay with this one. I just don't get a good feeling for this one. I know it's early days to run away, but anyway, 23, 25 is the bet. Damn. Nasty. This is what this is what you will encounter from time to time. Got to be ready to run to blackjack. All right, 25 it is on player. 23, 25. Damn it, we are going to be running to blackjack, I think. 48.50. Oh God, I didn't attach this in the right place, did I? I'll fix that in a minute. 23, 25, 48.50. We are going to blackjack after this. I was hoping for a nice, quiet little session this time, but you don't always get what you want, do you? Oh, bugger! Double bugger. Okay, so where does that leave us? I think I've got a bit of a problem here in that I didn't assign the shoe correctly. Oh, but I can't assign it until I come out of it. So we're going to drop back to the minimum. And yes, I'm going to hear people saying to me, "Oh, you can't do that," because you wouldn't be able to do that at the same table. Well, it's true, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. Repeat. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. Minimum. Plus 1. 51. Repeat. Double for the tie. Minimum. 51. 2, 3. Minimum. Plus 1. Repeat. 51. 2, 3. Minimum. Uh-oh, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11, 6. Well, we're not in the danger zone here, so we're going to go to the banker. Aha, okay. 17, 12 is 4, 3 in 500s. Damn it. This is a really shitty session, isn't it? 4, 3. 7, 6. I think it makes more sense to make it 7, 7. There we go. All right. Don't really want to stay with the bank. I did that for the commission there, so there we are. Anyway, 26, okay. That's one. That's another one. 1, 2. Damn it. 3, 5, and we'll run away from the bank if we don't make this one. Oh, we did make it. Okay, back to the minimum, still on the bank. One of those. 2, 3, and again, we'll run away from the bank if we have to. No, don't have to. Damn it. That's one. Yeah, I will get from time to time. I'll get sort of people saying, "Well, that's just a ridiculous bet. You just can't do that." And this is the point. You can't win if you don't do that. So what I'm saying to you is, if you can't do that because you don't have enough money, or you don't believe in any kind of betting strategy, or you don't know of any betting strategies, or whatever, don't bet. It's that simple. It is stupid to do it. Okay, I think we must be on another plus here. And plus max. All right, we will repeat that. Okay, now we're going to be on 4, 5, and last bet on the bank. 9, 5, which is 2, 1 on player. 2, 2. I think that's good. Back to the min. Yeah, and occasionally I'll get people saying to me things like, well, I mean, that huge bet of yours, if you'd lost that, you'd have been in real trouble. Yes, I would, but it's like the number 9 bus analogy. There'll be another one along in a minute. So there is another turnaround opportunity will come by in a minute. The most important thing is to make sure that you got the money on the table to take advantage of that potential winning opportunity. And they're all just potential. I mean, all this nonsense about so-and-so is due and okay, so it's been 9 bankers in a row, so player must be due. It's bollocks. It's absolute nonsense. And it's the kind of thing that Vegas, Matt and co love to come out with all the time. Well, it can't possibly be 7 in a row for the bank or for player, because they always bet on banker, being really stupid about these things. But none of that is true. All that matters is just going with the flow and trying to make sure that you have the right bet on the right choice at the right time. And every single bet you place faces a negative expectation. You have to know that. So to talk about this being due or that being due or whatever, it is nonsense. Every time you do this, you are looking at, with baccarat, technically it's about a 49.3% chance of winning, and a 56 whatever it is, 56.4 whatever percent chance of losing, and you just got to know that. You got to keep it in your mind all the time. And where was I, player? That's a double. All right. I like having all these cheat things here because my memory ain't what it used to be. That's 1, 2. Damn it. Minimum. Plus 1. Plus another 1. Plus another 1. 1, 2. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make a player. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. Again, just to boost the turnaround, All right, that'll do. Back to the min. Plus 1. Double for the tie. Plus max. Repeat it. Barker, chase it. All right, back to the min. Plus 1. Oh, fine. That's the way you feel. All right, so 36 into 58,000 and 29 into 30,000. I think we got our target there, didn't we? We've got to save this, and then I need to assign it. And we're on 15 minutes right now. So what did we get? We didn't get much, did we? We got, well, $7,000 plus. That's not too bad in 15 minutes. I mean, maybe I can leave it at that. Let's put this down here and crank this up. Doesn't matter where I put that thing, it's always in the wrong spot. Yeah, okay, so just give me a moment while I tidy up here. All right, so the big boys on YouTube, the Dana Whites and your Vegas Matts and all the rest will be very unimpressed by a win of 6,343. I think that's what it is. 6,343. I think so. Yeah, I think that's right. In 16 minutes. But you know what? I mean, they're just not normal, those people, because they can't lose. And you and I can lose, so we have to be smarter than them, and we have to worry about prior losses, and we must chase after them to protect ourselves. Now, I don't know how these shoes are going to turn out in terms of wins and losses. Let's have a look. Need to do this for the edit. All right. Oh, and something that, of course, I should always mention is, the grey things here are all the hands that could have been if I'd stayed with it. And as you can see, there's turnarounds galore, potential turnarounds galore along here. But I don't know that in advance. Neither will you. So you just got to do what you feel you've got to do. I mean, just for the sake of your own comfort, well-being, whatever. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't predict anything. It doesn't promise anything. But it's just a good thing to do to enable you to sort of just gather your wits, your chips, your confidence, whatever, and start afresh. But you just have to remember to take your down and out with you. Don't behave like Vegas Matt and Co., where every time they go up to the table, it's as if they didn't have 200 or 300 or 400,000 in losses behind them. They just start over again because they can do that, because they get a big fat check to cover their losses. They don't care, We're not that lucky, so that's how it is. But anyway, there's 2145, and then what's the next one? No, that was nasty, wasn't it? Yeah, we didn't make any progress at all there. And look at all these possibilities here. I mean, we just, I ran away at the wrong time there. There's no doubt about that. But you've got to do what you've got to do, I'm not offering guarantees to anybody. I'm just saying that you need to bet smart, and this is a good way to do it. But if you don't like it, then that's fine. Find a better way. Excuse me. All right, so 36 to 29. I think this session is going to break out to be about even, but I can't say that for sure until I get to the big worksheet. So I'm going to do that right now, and it's coming up in a mo. All right, then. So I think we can agree that those last three shoes were, at least two of them, a distinct case of the yucks. And in the end, we ended up with a house edge against us of 3%, which is a little bit on the high side, but certainly not surprising. And the thing that sort of entertains me is that every so often I'll get a response from people sort of saying things like, well, I mean, nobody can bet like that. That's ridiculous. And if you hadn't won that last big bet, then you'd have been in real trouble. And it's just so ridiculous, It's like I said earlier, the whole thing is like the number 9 bus, like when I was a kid waiting for the bus, and you said, "Oh, well, I just missed the bus." No, there'll be another one along in a minute, because that's the way the public transport system works in England, or at least it used to. And I think, in a lot of states and a lot of places in America, it's the same. You just, that as long as you've got your money out and as long as you're ready, then you've got a chance of turning around. If not now, next, or the one after, or the one after that, or the one after that. And that's how you have to think. And here we were in a situation where we were 6 behind, and then we were 4 behind. So all of a sudden we're 10 bets behind. And the pendulum is always going to swing back towards you. It may not come when you want it to. You can't tell when it's going to come. You can't predict it. But it's always going to swing back your way, because that's what the arithmetic requires, demands, causes, creates. So that's just how things are. But anyway, let's go to the top and have a look up there. And oh dear, there's this thing here. It just doesn't like whatever it is that I do wrong there. I don't know what it is, but now it's fine. 143 negative AVs, 78 of those had negative shoe results. We had 166 positive shoes, and so on and on and on we go, constantly. We've got average winning shoe is 5,280, average losing is 6,290, but there are only 78 of those versus 166 of the positive ones. So, this is the story all the time. We're looking at an overall house edge again of about 1.5%. We're looking at average win 545, average loss 446, average win over average loss 122%. We're now at 243 shoes. And if there are still people out there who insist that you can't bet in such a way that you win more when you win than you lose when you lose, then I just don't know what to say to them. I mean, here we are, 243 shoes in. What is this? That's about 10,000 rounds. And here we've got 545 over 446, so we're doing our job. This is it, Banker player, player is 1.5% behind, tie is 9.5%. I mean, it's all in front of you right there, so you don't need me to read it to you. And here we are with just the actual shoes themselves: 2, 145, 146, 147, 2 GAGs and a right there, and the house edge against us, because we were just 3 more losses than wins, which is not terrible. Let's face it. So it's minus 3%, and if we'd done what the mathematical geniuses who insist that they know baccarat inside out, the mathematicians, as I prefer to call them, they would say, okay, well, a negative, house edge of 3% against this action would result in bloody, a loss of 3,380, and instead we won 6,340. Rude of us, I admit. Average win over average loss, 120%. Not great, but the main thing is you need this number, the positive number, to be bigger than the negative number, and I mean in absolute value, obviously. 13830 over 1155. So there you have it, and let's go to the chart. Come on. Oh, geez. There it is. All right, yeah, things are going slow today. I don't know why. We're now at 703,000 ahead in whatever the hell it is now. Average in the last 30 shoes, average win 2,000. Average win per shoe 2,250. Baccarat is moving ahead 55% to 45%. We had those nasties where we had to go to blackjack, and I thought that was going to happen this time. To be honest, it looked that way, didn't it? But anyway, just going to the Nevada numbers, just for those of you who haven't been with me before, the notional house percent for blackjack is supposed to be under 1%, but by golly, they managed to win 13% because of stupidity on the part of players. Craps is 1.4%, but minus 1.4, but they won 16%, and on it goes. So just try and keep these numbers in mind because they really do matter. You need to know what you're up against, and you need to know that it is foolish to take on these games unless you have big money behind you and a plan. And without either of those things, take away either one of those things, because, Vegas Matt and his big money, he's not beaten the house. He had these miraculous wins on slot machines around sort of fall of last year, 3 in a row. Can you believe it? About 800,000. Wowzer. Well, I bet you couldn't do that. You have to have connections to be able to pull off something like that, I'll tell you. It's Brooklyn Bridge shit, that is. Anyway, enough. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.